Oh, there.
This is why the damn game is getting ridiculous. Landmines should kill you, and grenades are grenades. This is why the game is going to hell. People being like, oh, I'm such a pussy, I only want 3 cuts and I need to bandage after a landmine. Soon people will be like, I just want to start the game with no sickness and a base already built for me. It's a survival game. Suck it the hell up. Now, I want to talk about the topic we had last week with the Tripwire grenades. I released a couple of shorts throughout the week, and one of them was about the Tripwire grenades. And, oh, my fucking God, did one guy get into me? Absolutely fucking into me. Let me see if I can bring it up. Yep, muted. Pause it. Where's his comment? Why is it not showing?
If it's not showing it, if it had... Oh, there.
This is why the damn game is getting ridiculous. Landmines should kill you, and grenades are grenades. This is why the game is going to hell. People being like, oh, I'm such a pussy, I only want 3 cuts and I need to bandage after a landmine. Soon people will be like, I just want to start the game with no sickness and a base already built for me. It's a survival game. Suck it the hell up.
I agree with him.
Okay, facts, buddy. Landmines aren't designed to kill. They are designed to severely maim and injure, and yes, probably kill over time unless you receive good medical treatment. But it's a game. The current design is great if you aren't full health. You are dead. If you are full health, well, you stand a chance of surviving if you have the bandages or a teammate with you. As for grenades, learn how they work IRL and then come back to me. Now, I am aware now that there is actually a Russian grenade that has an adjustable fuse on it. Someone left a really good comment about that, which I think would be a great addition and would solve the issue. Just make it an uber rare item.
What at first, for me who missed it last week, what was the issue with grenades?
So what you can do is you can pull the pin, let the handle go, which is like I'm talking about IRL, pop the grenade on the ground in front of you, count to 3, pick it up again, and suddenly the grenade magically stops burning the fuse.
Right.
That's not how grenades work.
Okay, Right.
Once the fuse is lit, that's it. The grenade is going off. You just want to make sure it's as far away from you and as close to the bad guy as possible. So what people are doing is they're pulling the pin, they're letting the handle fly, they're putting it on the ground, and then picking it up again, and then attaching it putting the pin back in and attaching it to the tripwire. So instead of it being a 4-second fuse like most grenades are, it's an insta fuse.
Hit it. There's actually a great video. I don't know if you've probably seen it.
Nice.
Running Man had where he just set one and OG came and was the one that tripped it. But you see as they go through it, there's a good delay, maybe 4 or 5 seconds before it actually goes off. Enough time where he can run down the hall and come back before it goes off. But what he's saying is, they drop it, pick it up, put the pin back in, and you've gone from 5 seconds to 1 second. So had he hit that tripwire and it had been cooked, it would have gone off immediately.
Now, can you hear when it's triggered? Can you hear the tripwire?
No.
You hear it and you stumble. You do a stumbling animation when you go.
Oh, is there a sound to it?
So from what I remember, there is a little sound that plays, and like I said, there's an animation of you stumbling. Typically, when you go across the tripwire, if you just jog through it, and that's usually more than enough time for you to realize, fuck, so you can get away. But obviously, that's where the issue comes in. It's like if it instantly goes off, then like that's stupid, and that's kind of like what we're discussing last week.
In a way, I don't mind it because it's like, first of all, not everyone is going to know that this is little features a thing in the game. It's going to be the players who really, really play the game or dig deep into it, stuff like that. So it's like, I know it's stupid and it's not realistic and all that, but it's kind of, I find it kind of cool that it's like a little secret thing that some people might not know about, and the people that do about it get a little bit of an advantage because of it. And Honestly, it's going to be.
But
we won't know how.
Okay, no. The key thing you just said then is they get a little bit of an advantage to it.
Yeah.
How are they getting an advantage when they're just setting them up to troll people and then running away and not actually waiting around? Now, if you're around a landmine or a tripwire grenade, then yes, I completely understand if you're watching it and waiting for someone to set it off. But if you're just setting it up for troll's sake, then it becomes the same problem we used to have with the landmine. And like someone said in chat, Derlip, what a bunch of bollocks. Landmines are designed to maim. They're not designed to kill outright. Never have been. Landmines are designed to cause shock and fucking trauma, and yes, most likely kill you over time if you don't get proper medical treatment. But just to have them, I think they're better served as a troll fucking thing.
Yeah, well, honestly, I was kind of looking at the kind of base protection thing, but now that you say the troll side of it, it's going to be. I noticed a lot on vanilla. That's where a lot of people just place random, especially landmines. I don't know what it is with vanilla press, but they just go around and place landmines everywhere randomly.
It's because they don't stay; they despawn. So why not? You know what I mean? Just place it. You know what I mean? That's what gets me about the subject is that even if you even this, I mean, I don't know. It's not really an issue to me because it's like. They despawn, you know what I mean? So it's not even for base defense. Even though people want this for base defense, they despawn. Like within
do the tripwires despawn? I suppose they do. Probably have about the same despawn time. I'd assume.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I would think it's 2 days.
I think it might be an issue, but we won't. Like we'll have to wait. The game isn't out. Or the update isn't out yet. So maybe a week or 2 weeks down the road, if it's a real problem, they'll fix it. But we won't know until that happens. But honestly, I don't see it being too much of an issue. I see how it's unrealistic and stuff. But
as far as it being an exploit, I've only seen it in a few different places. I don't think a lot of people actually know about it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, the people in the communities know about it, which are big communities. But outside of that, I don't think it's really something that has been pushed around too much.
See, if I wasn't in the podcast Discord, I wouldn't have known about it.
Honestly,
I won't name names, but it's definitely out there.
Yeah. So look, we'll see in the next.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we'll see how because the devs have already said, or at least I can't remember specifically who said that it's going to stay. That's what it's meant to be like, and a lot of people definitely voiced their concerns about it, and they still are because. Again, as everyone said, it's just going to be the landmine situation all over again. And, landmines, when in the previous update, or in their previous update, I should say, they've been improved drastically, in terms of how they're actually everywhere. Meant to function.
They're fucking
everywhere. They're still everywhere.
Like I was on Spud has the DayZ Down Under experimental 1.14 server, which is just pure vanilla. And I did Tizzy, and I picked up 4 and stood on 1, which sadly that weird screen you just saw was me trying to play a video for you all of me stepping on a landmine and it doing literally no damage. It just knocked me out and did literally no damage to me. And I was like, what the hell? I was going to ask you guys how it happened, but sadly the video didn't work. But
well, I can tell you anyway, but yeah.
Well, tell me.
As you probably are aware, in the latest or in their recent update, landmines, if you don't wear armor like plate carrier, you will die. Yeah. If you wear a plate carrier, oh, okay, then fuck. Then I don't know. Then okay, that must actually. What were you wearing? What in terms of like?
I was wearing boots, hunting pants, hunting jacket, black high cap vest, and a helmet, and a backpack. And I literally really stood on it. I saw it as I was. I missed it the first time I went into the barracks, and then I came out and an infected came at me, and I was mid-swing like this, and you see me just look down, and I see the landmine, and then I take the swing forward. I hit the infected. I step on the landmine, and then I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Okay, and then I get up, and I was white health, white shock, but it just knocked me out for 10, 15, 20 seconds. And then I got up again.
Okay,
I wasn't even bleeding. Didn't even take a single bleed. It was the most bizarre thing.
It turns out it was the helmet.
Landmines I've always found to be very 50-50.
Yeah.
Either work or they don't. I never use them. I don't. If I see one, I always leave it there. There's no point taking them personally. But yeah, they're always just.
Can you dismantle the trap?
Yes, you can with a screw. With the tripwire grenade, you can take the grenade off of the tripwire and magically put a pin back in it. The pin's already in it. You don't need to magically put it in. And as for the landmines, you need a screwdriver. And you can disarm the landmine with a screwdriver.
I did. So say you're an opponent of the base and you see the tripwire, you're able to pull the grenade off of the tripwire?
Yes.
Okay.
You can crouch walk over them as well, can't you?
Now you have a grenade in your hand.
Crouch walk or crawl.
I need to write this down because I'm going to make a video on this next week.
Yeah, it is weird.
There you go. It's But yeah, I'm like I said, I watched a little clip Designful posted, and it was him and his mates. They were playing. They were at Tizzy, and one of them ran over a landmine, and they just kept running. It didn't even affect them at all. I think it was a landmine. It was a grenade. I'm pretty sure it was a landmine. And the explosion went off. His mate just kept running. It was like, and they were all completely boggled. They were like, "How the fuck are you still running?" It was like, so maybe some more attention to landmines needs to be.
They need to do damage. It needs to be, if you're not prepared, and I would even go to the extent of, you don't have a blood bag on you, you don't have 6 rags or something like that. It needs to be tweaked to the point where you have a chance of surviving. You need to be full health. If you're low health, sorry, it's all over. They need to be dangerous. I don't think they should be as common. I think they should become like tier 4 loot. Where you can only find them at in the toxic zones and at chopper crashes and stuff like that. So that they're not a dime a dozen. Bear traps, as much as they're used for trolling, they're not as bad. They break your legs. Yes, it can ruin a good run if you're running away from an infected and you step on one and then they're all over you. But the infected do grow off you once you go unconscious in any case. So they need some tweaking. But I don't agree with insta-death every single time from these items. The F1, or sorry, not the F1, the tripwire grenade, though, I don't mind the grenades being lethal. I don't mind that. No. I would like to see it so that, you've got the 4 seconds usually from when it trips to, yes, you've got the little bit of a, but then you've got a chance to run. I would like it as well if you've got the presence of mind to hit the deck maybe. They work on the way that the explosion goes. So it gives you a bit of a chance of maybe surviving if you hit the deck. But I don't mind the grenades. It's just the instant fuse that I don't like on the grenades.
I don't know if you can pull it up. I don't know if it is on YouTube, but if you could find the Running Man OG and the other guy.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's a great example of the way that it works and how it could be tweaked just a little bit, because the reaction time was definitely off. I mean, he literally had time, OG had time to go across the barracks and come back before it went off and killed
I'm assuming it has something to do with ping.
I don't know. My limited experience with modding server time, it's just, there's timers for everything, spawn rates and how things go off. So it seems like, again, with cooking the grenades, you would be able to, quote unquote, turn down the spawn rate or the timer, whatever it is. Yeah, this video. So I don't know if that's something that
down here, you can kind of see it,
server owners could do, or if that's
most people going that far.
Yeah, I think that's Bob on. I think we're live.
But this is definitely. You feel like, I don't know, this is a little suspicious. It just seemed like there was a long time in between that.
No, that's 4 seconds. That's 4 seconds. I just counted it.
Okay.
What was it?
It was a grenade. It was a trap.
See, I think if they made it any shorter, people would be complaining.
I went back
if they made it 2 seconds
I didn't know
long,
what the sound was, so I went back and looked at it and thought,
there's not enough time. I think,
but even at that point, had he crossed it and it set off the tripwire at that point, it still would have killed them both. And I don't know. To me, that just seemed a little more.
See, if OG had not run back like an idiot and looked at it, because you can see it sitting there.
Right, he would have. Yeah,
It's right there in the center of its vision.
Yeah, he would have survived. The other guy, I think, was dead, rightly so. He got caught by it because he couldn't get. He had to run back past the grenade. But see, it all comes down to, and this is what I temper with the tripwire grenades. It all comes down to how well the person places it. This one was placed masterfully by the running man and Lottie.
If you go back in the video, you'll see that whole argument, or not argument, but discussion of how to place. Yeah.
Yep. They chose a good place. And yes, it was set up for trolling, but it's experimental. People are playing with things just to
absolutely. This is what we need to know.
And I've really got no issue. I'd be mad as heck, but it was a case of, in OG's case, he just stood there like a stunned mullet, staring at it, going, "What happened? What happened?" And then bang, they both died.
Dirty Santa's laughter. That was classic.
I must say, on a personal level, I really did enjoy seeing OG get trolled. But that's very very petty of me.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. When I first started watching DayZ, it was OG and Running Man, and I automatically thought of Shaun of the Dead, or maybe it was Minder and OG. But this is Shaun of the Dead right here. Yep. Watching these two run around. Yeah.
But masterful placement. And as much as the people are saying it's going to be common and all the rest of it, I still don't mind, because all it's done is it's made wire a lot more valuable. It's going to be harder to find wire for building a vanilla base now. I don't mind the dying to grenades, because you've still got to actually gather the resources, build the tripwire, place it all in there. It's not just point at a landmine on the ground that you didn't even bother picking up. You just saw it and just arming it, and then just leaving it. It's a set and forget thing. Whereas with this, at least you've got to have. I'd even like it if they maybe added another step where you need to have wire cutters on to do the crafting. That would
be cool.
That'd be cool.
But that's splitting hairs. I've got no issue with the grenades killing. I don't like the instantaneous ones where there is no chance to try. Fuck me, Stimpy. I'm just noticing Stimpy's thumbnail again. God Almighty, that guy is wrong. But I can't stop watching his videos.
They're so good.
They are.
I mean, I say the same thing in my sleep, but we won't talk about that.
But no, I like I said, I love the tripwires. I've got a couple set up around my base, and they're a great little thing to have, because you've got to remember you've got them set. It's an advantage of the realism of DayZ. In Scum, another game which has got some amazing base defenses. Once you set those base defenses, if it's your base, you're immune to them. So you could set them up as an impossible route that people have got to disarm everything to get in, whereas you can just run right over the top of them. DayZ's not like that, and that's one of the things I like about DayZ. DayZ is more brutal and unforgiving.
Yeah,
I like that too.
How long until Bidey runs over one of his own tripwire grenades when the update comes out? I'll give it a week. I'll give it a week.
You know what? That's okay.
Oh yeah, it'll happen. It will happen, and I'll be fucking ropeable at myself.